Welcome to Co-op Guild. This is Steve. I'm here with another episode of Co-op Corner. This is our segment we try to do every month. Try to do it the first Wednesday of the month. We had a conflict then, so I'm catching up with it today. We'll cover upcoming and new cooperative game news. So I see lots of friends here already. Hey Brian, welcome. Kate's here. Derek's here. Hey Cassie, nice to see you here. Cassie's here. Remy. What else we got here? That's it, Brian already. Kate, yep. I guess I'm doing great. The boss Tim's here. Awesome. Yogi, nice to see you. Remy, I think it's Matt. Awesome. Lots of friends here. Okay. I might have gone a little overboard. There's a lot of games to talk about in October, apparently. A ton of cooperative games. So, yeah, we might be going through some of these relatively quick. We'll see how long this takes. So, the boss is still here. Yeah, exactly. Not only friends. That's true, Yogi. That's true. Speaking of the boss, I am behind on updating the boss code. I've got a big update I have to do. The good news is I'm catching up on a lot of these previews I've been working on. So I'm getting to the point now where I will have a little more time to get to that. I'm hoping by November to do that. So, but another relative news, November is also Extra Life, so I'll be busy prepping for that as well because that's coming up really soon. I've gone a little overboard, exactly. So, that may be Tombstone one day. Yeah, probably. That probably would be. Probably. Okay. Okay, so let's dive into it. We got lots and lots of games to discuss. And I wasn't planning on sticking around for Q&A, but if you guys have questions, feel free to drop them at any time during the live chat here, and I'll come back to them at the end. Or you can always just save them until after we cover the news and go over any questions. Could be about games or just life. Anything, really. So, okay. Let's do the thing. So, starting with the first game. These games are already the commands are already live, and that is Harakiri. So this is not new to crowdfunding. This is coming back with a reprint plus an expansion. So if you're looking for a long and deep like campaign game where you're leveling up, finding demons and stuff, this thing is chock full of content. I have not played this one. I've heard good things about this. So it looks pretty sweet, honestly. So, what's the meaning of life? 42. Oh, Chris got it. Yeah, Chris got it. 42 is what I was going to say. Yeah. So, yeah. So Harakiri is coming to, or it's already on GameFound. So this is your time to get in if you want to get all the goodies. There's a ton to this game. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it because this is, like I said, not new to the space, but a lot of really cool stuff in this one for sure. But it's also one of those games that it's just so much. There's so much for this game. Okay, like I said, we got lots to cover, so I'm gonna go through some of these pretty fast. So, but yeah, Harakiri, and I don't have the links to these in the video description yet. I will put the links in at the end of this stream. So if you're watching the stream after the fact, the links will already be there. If you're looking for the links, just come back in like 20 minutes after the stream ends and they'll be there. So, all right. That is the first game to talk about. Now, the next one we'll talk about is also available for backing, and it's on Kickstarter. And that is Invincible, the card game. So this is not to be mistaken with Invincible, the hero building game. So this is based off the Astro Knights deck building system. So it's basically Astro Knights with the Invincible intellectual property attached to it. Now, as Astro Knights is also based off of Aeon's End. It's like Aeon's End, which is a very popular deck builder, but it's got instead of a static marketplace, it's got a river or a marketplace that fluctuates, and the setup and teardown is a little bit quicker on this one. It has less things going for it as well. But this is adding not only like a theme, a different theme to the Astro Knights universe, but it's also adding new mechanics as well. So now they're adding debris in the game. So debris are cards you can add to your deck, and then they'll give you a small boost, and when you play them, they leave your deck. So it's just a temporary card that goes in and out. They had Stun, which is not new to Aeon's End, but it is new to Astronauts, where you can cancel the abilities of enemies. And then Assist, which is you can play cards out of turn to boost your friends. Yes, there are 2 Invincible games now. That is correct. Does not be confused with Invincible, the hero building game, which Gray Fox, I think, does that one. And this is Indie Board and Cards does this one. So this is very, very different game. But in this one, you can play as 6 heroes, and there's 4 villains in this one. Invincible, Adam Eve, Rexplode, Duplicate Robot, and Monster Girl. And the bosses you fight up against are down here. The Flaxens, Sinclair, Titan, and of course, Omni-Man himself. So, oh, and this does combine with Astronauts. So if you have that already and you just want to mix and match, it should just work with that. Yeah, this is the deck builder, and the other one is the other game is a bag builder, tableau builder. I think that's how I describe it. They both are builders in some way, but this is a true and true deck builder. So there's another Invincible card game which is confusing. Oh yeah, an Invincible. Yeah, there's. Okay, you're right. Good call, Remy. There's more than just that. I guess they're just Invincible now, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Alexis, nice to see you here. Okay, so yeah, that is already up on Kickstarter, so you guys can check that one out. That is Invincible, the card game by Indie Boards and Cards. All right, another game that's currently available on Kickstarter. This is on GameFound. That is Valheim. This is based upon the video game of the same name, which I didn't know anything about until I saw the board game, honestly. I was hoping to cover this one, but I didn't get around to it. I love this type of theme, honestly, of these games, these type of survival games. So this one, you're crafting tools, you're building your character, and you're going on these adventures trying to build up your homestead, basically, in a kind of a Viking theme to it. So I don't know the video game, so can't answer that at all. But this looks awesome. It is pricey, but this is done by Mood, who did the same publisher who did Deep Rock Galactic, which they're expensive games, but the quality is normally really, really great. So I expect there's something similar here as well. So very interested in this one. If you're curious about this, Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop covered that one, so you go check out his video. Yeah, Viking Stardew Valley. That's not a bad description, I don't think, Matt. So. Yeah, I wonder about the depth of play with what's in it. I played the video game in early access. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure about the depth in this one too. That's the one, because I was trying to look up some comments and about this, about people who have played this, and I think that is one of the questions that people have, because the cool thing is every time you play it, you can have different abilities, different combinations of abilities for your character. So it's going to add some replayability between games, but I don't know if that's going to add a lot of depth with like how you want to approach each character within the game. I'm not sure about that, but gorgeous production. Looks really fun. This is one of those games I'm definitely interested in, but unfortunately I didn't get a chance to play it, so don't have a whole lot more to share about it. As Valheim. So another game that is currently available, but it is not on GameFound or Kickstarter. This is going straight to retail, and I'll just pull up the Amazon link, and that is Wicked, the game. So this is based upon the musical of the same name. Let me go back to the board. There it is. Or the upcoming movie. So Kim and I, by the way, we absolutely love the musical. We watched it a couple times already. It's really, we want to, yeah, love this story. It's great. But this is, you sit down and you play as the main character in the story, and you're working through the actual storyline in different chapters. This seems like a very light game, a very family-friendly game. Don't have a whole lot of information for you at this point, but it is available for purchase right now. A board game based on a musical, yeah. Yeah, no, that's a book. That's true, Kate. Also a book. That's true. Yep. I'm not sure about the movie. We'll see. The musical is so good. That bar is set so high. We'll see how that comes up. So, okay, so those are all games that you can go back or go check out right now. Let's transition into upcoming games. So the first one I want to talk about is one I've already covered on the channel. And where did I put my notes? They're around here someplace. Good grief. Ah, here they are. Okay, first one to talk about. It's coming October 15th to GameFound, and that is ZeroDay.exe. This game is awesome. Let's flat out say that one. So, full disclosure, I've been playtesting this one over the course of, I don't know, many months. So, I've been hopping on with a designer and run through games here and there. So, I'm very familiar with this one. This one is a sci-fi game. It's all scenario based, and it's kind of like a dungeon crawler crossed with a roguelike crossed with a deck builder. There's a lot of keywords in there, but honestly, those keywords I think do a decent job explaining what it is. But basically, what you'd be doing, let me find a spot on the board here. Let's find the board. You're going to be moving around each scenario. Each scenario is very different how they play. And the key element of the game is you're going to be playing a lot of your cards. And the cards are multi-use. The cards can be used for initiative. They can be used for their normal effects. And when you play from normal effects, if you are manipulating the program area from your board, you can play them for free in a sense, which is really cool. So like this ability to like chain cards together, so it gets like this really deep, engaging puzzle. And you can also play cards out of turn for a bottom effect called Flux. So it's very, very cooperative from that standpoint. And then there's a cooldown you have to worry about. You'll be getting cards literally every round. When you defeat enemies, you'll scrap them for parts and get more upgrades, like modifications, items, all that fun stuff. You are constantly getting stuff in this game. There are dice in the game. The only dice in the game are used to pick the starting enemies. Or you can handpick them too if you really care. But otherwise, once you're playing the actual game, it's all deterministic combat. Very, very fun. Definitely should recommend checking this one out if you haven't. Like I said, I do have a stream of it with Kim Nye. So... Zero Day feels like a game where you may need a couple games before you get decent at it. Is that accurate? That is very true, Remy. It's a lot of moving pieces, and I would say that when I mentioned that programming aspect of it, the programming aspect of it isn't necessary to play the game. You can play the game and honestly ignore that. But when you start using that programming aspect, what it does is you have to match up the colors in the right locations, and then you can basically play your card and get an extra free play after that. But by doing that, you'll take those tiles that you use to pay the cost of the card and you'll flip them over. Well, guess what? If you flip them over and that matches another card in your hand, you can play that one for free, which will trigger another free card play. And you can flip those back over. So, like, after a while, when you start playing this game a lot, and I see this with the designer, he's able to, like, chain a bunch of cards together, get a bunch of free plays, and it's really, really cool. Myself, not quite that level. So there's definitely a skill incline climb, or there's a level of skill you can develop over the course of this game, which is really cool. So yeah, no dice, perfect for Derek, exactly. So yeah, there's no shuffled decks in this one that would hate him. Yeah, there's nothing that would actually hurt what happens. So the only shuffle deck you really do a lot of is the enemy initiative, and that's just gonna be, it's a 50-50 chance, almost a 50-50 chance what they do. So but yeah, definitely recommend checking this one out. It is really cool. It's my favorite design by this designer so far, Zero Day, and this one, like I said, is coming to GameFound October 15th. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one is also October 15th. This is coming to Kickstarter. That is Crystal Age. So this is going to have solo, cooperative, and competitive modes. It looks pretty cool. I haven't quite grasped exactly how this is going to play out. But there's corruption in the land, and you're going to be working together to defeat the corruption of the crystals. And let me see if I can find an example of it. Yeah, you have these biomes to play. There's not a whole lot of information on this page to show, unfortunately. But yeah, I need to dive in and read the rulebook for this one. It looks cool. The artwork's interesting. There's just not a whole lot of information at this point for me to like really explain what's going on. So, okay. So that's going to be Crystal Age. Like I said, some of these I'll just go over quickly because I don't have a lot of information on them. But this is co-op coming to Kickstarter October 15th. All right, let's move on to October 22nd. This is coming to GameFound, and that is Avatar: Journey of Aang. So there's a number of Avatar games out there. This one is being published by Bad Crow Games, and I have played this one. And the plan is I will be doing a live stream with the designer when this campaign is live. So it should be fun. But this is a cool game. This is very, very fun. It's cooperative or competitive. It's on the lighter side, but I still think it's got some fun stuff for gamers as well. But like, you kids would totally have fun playing this one. You are playing as not necessarily the Avatar, but you're playing as you have different characters in the Avatar environment, and you are going along the path, traveling the world, and you're trying to master all the elements. And you need to try and master all the elements before you get to the end, where it depends on the comment. So the comment could get there early or later. If you beat the comment, get there, you'll have an easier time defeating him. Otherwise, you take on Lord Ozai, the big boss. And the whole point is taking on the big boss to win the game. It's got some really interesting mechanics on how you can like master your abilities and how you can manipulate the elements, and they all have like a cooldown mechanic in them. It's hard to describe, but it's a cool game. I like this one. So a lot of really cool dice in this one as well. All right, yeah, some really fun trainer cards. So if you are fans of the TV series, which it should be, it's a very good TV series. Definitely take a look at this one, especially if you're into a lighter game. If you're looking at heavier games, you could probably skip on this one. You played Avatar game. Tell us everything. So, yeah. I can tell you some more if you got some specific questions, I guess. But let's see. Let me jump into some of this. So, like these, what you're gonna have is you're gonna have these trainers right here, and you're gonna have yeah. If you match, yeah, if you have to build the mastery to them, and you can spend them to get better dice, and you can also unlock these trainers who have special abilities to them. So not only are you trying to master these elements, but you're also getting characters to join you along your journey, which is really fun. I'm very hopeful for an Avatar game to hit for me. Yeah, like I said, this is light, so keep that in mind. It is designed so that like they could potentially sell it in like Target. Just put that out there. But I enjoyed this. I really had fun with it. Now, to be fair, I have a bias because I really like the series. I think that it was an excellent series. So, but yeah, you try and beat Fire Lord before Sojin Comet shows up. Otherwise, if he Comet shows up, you teleport to him, and you have a tough battle ahead of you. Yeah, Aang is awesome. I love the movie, but still need to watch the series. Watch the cartoon series. It is the best. Like, um, it's the best of that world. So I saw a route at Meyer the other day, so the complexity line is improving. Okay, good. You tried the deck builder for Avatar? Just came out. No, I haven't tried the deck builder, Kate. I've not tried that one. That one I looked at some videos of it. It looked okay. Honestly, I wasn't too enthused. I'm more excited for this one, honestly. So yeah, and I agree with Kate. Animated series is awesome, and just go watch it, Cassie. It's really good, really good. Great character development in that one, for sure. Okay, so let's see, where are we? Avatar: Journey of Aang, and that is coming to GameFound October 22nd. Like I said, watch the channel. We will be covering this one when it gets closer. Okay, let's keep going. Next one we have Kickstarter. We have Survive the Tombs of the Cryptids. So there's not a whole lot of information on this one. This is kind of what I got going. I'll launch October 22nd. This is a dungeon crawl survival game. So I think you're gonna be flipping over random tiles and exploring the dungeon, and you're gonna be keep track of your stats on these boards. That's kind of what I have for this one. I'm not sure what more I can share, unfortunately. But this looks like it's going to be a compact game. So we're looking for more of a compact, random dungeon crawl experience. Be on the lookout for this one, I guess. That's going to be Survive the Tombs of the Cryptids, October 22nd. What else has he done? Oh, yeah, I can check. I can click on that real quick. Hold on. Maybe. Can I? Let's see what else he's done. Created. Here we go. I'm not recognizing. Looks like comics a lot. A lot of comics. Ton of comics. There you go. So that's what else he's done. All right, let's keep going. Next thing on the list, that was Survive. We're going to, still October 22nd. Bardsung is coming back to, actually coming to GameFound. And so this is coming with remastered gameplay. So they've actually revamped the system, and it's coming with a new cooperative campaign. It's got a black dragon in it, so I'm already interested. So that's so cool. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of information on this one. All I know is it's being reworked and it's coming out October 22nd. So that's Bardsung. All right. Like I said, some of these I just don't have a lot of information on. Plus, I have like 15 games I'm covering, so it's a lot of stuff. Moving on to something else that I am super interested in. October 22nd. And that is God's Heist. This is by Triton Noir. I'm a sucker for Triton Noir stuff. I've loved all their games they've produced so far, and this I'm expecting to enjoy this one as well, especially after going through the rulebook. So this one, you are infiltrating the, I guess to say, the armory, the tombs. Probably armory is a better term. Armory of the gods. And they've set, of course, traps and everything around it, and you're trying to steal from the gods' stash. So it's got elements of stealth in it, of which I'm always excited about because they've done VSAP and Assassin's Creed. And this looks really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to this one. But I don't think it's necessarily straight stealth, per se. So I think it's a lot of manipulation as you move around and explore the board. So it's going to have an element where you can gather upfront information before you approach the heist itself and plan your strategies. So, don't be looking for Dragon Sleep. Too late. So, but yeah, God's Heist. Like I said, this is by Triton Noir. I'm hoping to cover this one. I've been in contact with them. I haven't got confirmation that it's going to happen. I know Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop has also been talking to them about covering this game, so I'm hoping between one of us will cover it, or hopefully both of us cover it. But we'll see. So yeah, but definitely watch this one. I'll be talking more about this one as it gets closer, because I really like the stuff they do. All right, that is God's Heist by Triton Noir, October 22nd. Moving on to another date, October 28th now. We have Apophenia? I can't say things sometimes, guys. I'm sorry. Horror Hunt. Don't have a lot of information on this one, but this one you are taking down supernatural beings. And so this is kind of, I get the feeling that you are going to this environment you're not familiar with, and you need to investigate how to deal with poltergeists and shapeshifters and all sorts of bumps in the night and try to take them out. And they're all going to have special abilities and special ways to approach them. So it's basically a hunt you're going on is what it comes down to it. From a Steve game to not so much. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is not my type of game, I'll be honest. But I do want to share games that I'm not interested in to everybody, because this will be interesting to somebody, I bet, out there. We'll see. But yeah. There's another game on this list I'm not interested in either. Well, we'll get to see that later. But yeah, Apophenia, so Horror Hunt. So you guys like, if I get a feeling if you like boss battlers, this might be something to take a look into. So, okay, let's see. Where am I on my list? Moving on to October 29th. We're still not done with this stuff, guys. There's so many games. This one I have played and recently on the channel. That is Sea Beasts. It is coming back to Kickstarter. So this is a 1 to 2 player cooperative adventure game where you're sailing across the ocean and you're trying to deliver goods from one port to another port. And you can plan your path, and along the path, unfortunately, the oceans are not safe. They are filled with these giant, colossal kaiju monsters that are trying to kill you. So you're trying to make it across the sea before they get you. And this one will have one-off play, which I demonstrated on this channel. It will have campaign play, which unfortunately I don't know anything about. And it will have expansions where you can play more than 2 players. And how the game works is you will have 1 to 2 players in a boat, max. And if you have more than 2 players in the game, you will have multiple boats, or you can think about a fleet on the oceans sailing across at the same time. So I'm curious how that's going to work. But yeah, I really like this game. This game was really fun. I'm a sucker for whiteboards too, and just the whole theme and how each piece is different. It has a fun little adventure. Really, really enjoyed this one. This is a very fun stream. I was surprised by it. Yeah, like I said, this one is it's a really good game. I feel like this is one of those games that might slip underneath the radar, but I'm hoping people do stop and look at it more because it's really good. It really jumped out at me too. Yeah, the fun legendary beasts you run into, and what I demonstrated on the stream, I only showed you 2 of the characters. There's a lot more characters in there, and then there's even more creatures and boss and enemies and stuff that you'll see. So there's gonna be a lot to this game. So it's not a big game though. Like, actually I should have showed you guys, but the prototype box that came, it was like this big. It was a nice compact game. Now there's gonna be different versions of that game, which can be a bigger box, of course, but yeah, very, very cool. All right, Sea Beasts, October 29th, and that is by Littlest Lantern. October 29th is also going to see the launch of Flock Together. So this is a reprint plus an expansion. Don't know anything about the expansion. I could talk a little bit about Flock Together. I've not played it, but the premise of the game is you are playing as chickens and you're trying to defend your coop. It's a co-op game defending your coop, which I think is hilarious. And there's different boss types of enemies that will be coming from the outskirts to your coop. And over the course of the game, the bad guys and the player characters are all presented to you as books. So you'll be trying to level up your character by turning your page of the book to get new abilities. And at the same time, if you don't deal with the enemies, they will also level up. So it's kind of a level up race as you try and defend the hen house from the baddies. So that is coming to Kickstarter October 29th. Yeah, don't let me get a kayak. I know. We do have some kayaks, which is fun. I really love kayaking, to be honest. This one and Defenders of the Wild, I think it's caught my eye, but I think I'm gonna stick with Spirit Island for that itch. Yeah, I do have Defenders of the Wild. I have been playing that one. That is coming to the channel soon. It hasn't come to channels yet because that one, in my opinion, is really. You can dual hand it. It's not hard, but it's best with another person. So when Kim is back in town, I plan to cover that game because I really like Defenders of the Wild, but there's also like some pretty big pain points I have for that one, and all the pain points can easily be fixed by just a rule change. So I'll explain that when I cover that game soon. But yeah, Flock Together, very, very interesting. I like the theme of this one. I haven't played those, so I can't say much more about that. Okay, another game, October 29th. We're not done yet, guys. We got more games, I swear. This one is, where's the title of this one? I just missed it. It's the Sinister Institute. So this one has a really fun theme. You're students at basically Hogwarts school, right? And you are running around the school. There's no teachers around anymore. I don't know why there's no teachers. I think they were scared away by the big evil wizard that's there. But you're running around gathering items to try to take down the sinister evil wizard that is taking over the school. The premise of this sounds really fun. I don't know a whole lot about it. I haven't seen the rulebook yet. I need to dive into it. But yeah, when I read the premise of this and the kind of the setting of it, I'm definitely interested. So is that Bosley art? Oh, I have no idea actually. Let me see if it says here someplace. Who is the artist on this one? How can I find that out? I am uncertain. Nope, there's no more pictures in that one. I am uncertain who did the art. That's cool. No teachers. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Brian, are you a teacher? I'm trying to remember. Remind me if you're a teacher. I think you were. So. Alright, so that, my friends, is Sinister Institute. Okay, let me see where I'm in my list. Okay. Yeah, I was right. Awesome, Brian. Sometimes my memory's good. Sometimes. So, the last one is a game that I do have to cover. So I will be covering this one. All Humans Are Dead. So this is coming October 29th. This is a co-op game where basically a computer, you can think of it as oh shoot, what's the name of the computer in Terminator? Skynet. Skynet. You can think of it as Skynet has taken over the world, and Skynet decided to upload a virus to kill all humans. So all the humans are dead. However, there are pets who have been modified by cybernetics, have survived this disease, and they want to take out the evil computer in the lab. So you're running around as these pets. There's like cats and a gorilla and a mouse and stuff like that. And you're trying to locate the different computer cores of this computer and blow it up. So I will be showing you how this one works. This is a tile laying, leveling up game that's coming to Kickstarter October 29th. So, okay. Who will catch rule if all the humans are dead? That's a good question, Cassie. Good question. Not sure. Probably everything else. Last game to talk about. I believe this is coming to October and coming out in October. I couldn't pinpoint when. And so that is Sublime Dark. So this is a fantasy horror game. Where's my notes on this one? Where's my notes? Here it is. Yeah, it's a storytelling game. Come October sometime. However, as you can probably guess by the artwork there, not appropriate for children. Let me put it out there. So I've seen things that are like going into some themes and imagery that is not appropriate for children. So if you like that type of deep, grotesque experience, this might be your jam. But I don't know when it's launching. I think it's supposed to be October. So yeah, it freaks me out too, Chris. So yeah, definitely not a me game. This one's a quick pass for me. Oh, you've been following it. Okay, cool, Morganite. Yeah, I don't know much about it, so I learned nothing. Knowledge is evil. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Okay, guys, so that was a lot of games. Kind of wish I had some more details on some of these games for you guys, but like I said, it was a ton of content this week, so try to cover my best with that. Yeah, Derek will play it. Yeah, he will. That's more of a Derek game for sure. All right, that is all I had for you guys. So I don't know if you guys had any other general questions you guys had, but otherwise we can call it a day. I'm not seeing anything out of here, so yeah. But for me, God's Heist, super interested in that one. CBs I absolutely loved. ZeroDay.exe, easy back for me. Love that one. So, oh gosh, Matt, how is solo parenting going? As you can tell by me not okay. So let me lead with something real quick. When I am streaming, if I set a start time, I have a personal goal to start within no later than 5 minutes after the scheduled start time. And that is just a personal goal I've set for myself, and as a courtesy to you guys, the audience. Because I figure if you guys are going to be here around that time, I want to make sure I am as punctual as I can be. So like I was panicking trying to get everything ready to go for the stream because I just got done reading Harry Potter with my son. We're reading through the whole series. We're in book 5. So but he's like, "Dad, I can read more. Let's finish the chapter." I'm like, fine, read the chapter. And so but yeah. Solo parenting, I applaud all the solo parents out there. Like I'm only doing it on a short-term basis. Like I cannot imagine that full time. That is a ton of effort, ton of work. Like it helps a ton having other adults around to help. So yeah, but it's going fine. it's going fine. And Kim's coming back soon. She's coming back Friday, so only a couple more days anyway. Okay, Jose has a question about. Oh, no chip theory here. No, I don't have chip theory on here. Actually, the funny thing is, I don't even have a chip theory game. I want to fix that at some point. I need to. Jose says extra dice useful for uprising. Yes, I will say yes to that one. I am biased to buying dice, extra dice. I almost always buy extra dice for every game I back, because I don't. It's something weird. Like I feel like there's never enough dice in games. I like having enough where I don't always have to pass dice around. But I say yes for uprising because there are you're chucking handful of dice, like fistfuls of dice, or whatever, and it's it's easier to divvy them up based upon what dice you're likely to roll anyway. To each person. At least my experience for that, how that works. So I say yes. It's not a must buy, but I would say yes for that one. Yeah, yeah. Read time is great. Exactly. I'm not going to stop that anytime soon. Let's see. Yeah, parents nearby help a lot too. Yeah, which is great because my parents aren't too far away. They're about an hour away, and Kim's parents are 45 minutes away. Unfortunately, Kim's parents have been on international trip as well, so I've been like, oh no, all my support's gone. So I would never buy extra dice, but I would say yes for Uprising. Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. I think that extra dice for that game would definitely help for sure. Yeah, some of them are just like nice to have. That one is more useful than most games for sure. I am so used to games not providing enough dice that buying extra ones is also frequent. Agreed, Remy. Agreed. Very much the case. Um, and then the dice for Uprising. If you get the expansions, they come with even more dice on top of that because there are some unique dice they've added to that game. I will say if we're talking Uprising real quick, if we're talking about recommendations, extra dice are a good buy for sure. I was really surprised with the trays for that game. I was fortunate; they did send me a review copy, so disclaimer there. But I don't think I would have bought the trays for that game normally. But they sent it to me as part of the review copy, and now that I've experienced and used them, I really recommend those trays. And I felt like it was just kind of like just extra, but they serve a big functional purpose. And I say that because it keeps everything organized, which is nice. But the big thing is in Uprising, it's very common for you to have like 10 cards for your faction that you've acquired over the course of the game. And those 10 cards take up a lot of table space, but the trays itself has a card support system, what do we call it, where you can put all the 10 cards right along the line, and it saves up so much space on the table, and it's really easy to use. And yeah, big fan of that one. That's a really nice, like, if you're looking for something non-gameplay to add, I would actually lean towards those trays before the dice. That would be the first thing I would get from a accessory standpoint. Dice would be second, in my opinion. Now, if you're looking for other additions to that game, the one I would get is, it's a Nemesis expansion. Yeah, the Arch Nemesis expansion. I think is the one. Is that the one that has it? I have to double check. I can't remember which expansion it was. I think it might be the Nemesis expansion. But there's one expansion where they added, the gold. I can picture in my head, but I can't think what it's called. This additional gold gems. I forget what they're called. Oh my gosh, what is it? Anyway, they added advanced druids. The one that adds advanced druids and this additional resource, absolutely buy first. I say that because it's fixed the game or improved the game a lot for a lot of people, including myself. Because there's a lot of dice rolling, and this gives you a way of mitigating those dice rolls and activating those abilities independent of what you actually rolled. Um, yeah, it might be Titans. Aether, that's the one. Thank you, Austin. Titans expansion added Aether. That's the one to get. So if you're getting any gameplay expansions, get that one first. Big recommend. The factions in Titans are more advanced. I don't actually recommend playing them first, but just getting it for the Aether is worth it. Definitely worth it. So, Oh yeah, Austin. Yeah, Uprising trades are so sweet. Exactly, they're really really nice. I love Uprising. I think it's a great game. It's a hard sell for people though because it's long, it's complex and big and unwieldy. But man, it's fun. It's a really fun game. Really fun game. Um, I can't wait to see what come up with next because they're not done with that game. There's more coming for it. So, Remy, a lot of miniature war games you need to buy 2 core sets to get enough dice, which is bad until they release dice packs. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I do have Company of Heroes coming, and I went all in on that one. But I did got extra dice for that game too, because yeah, extra dice always. Uprising is a gem, acquired taste for sure. That's a good way of putting it, Austin. I agree with that. It is a gem, but it is an acquired taste. I know some people just don't care for that style game, but yeah, that's I'm a sucker for 4X type games, and that one is kind of like a fantasy 4X game. Because when I say 4X, I always think of like Civilization. Like I grew up playing Civilization, the computer game. I love that game. And there's very few computer games I can sit down and like after 30 minutes, I'm normally like done. 30 minutes an hour, I'm done playing a video game. I'm good. Civilization, I could play and play and play and play and just like lose track of time. Oh, just one more turn. Loved it. So anyway, I like those types of games, and I'm bummed that there are 4X games out there, but none of them are co-op. That is one of the few like cooperative approach games out there. I consider them there are 2 in existence right now: Uprising and Voidfall. And those 2 games have a lot of similarities, actually. I was thinking about putting together a video comparing and contrasting the 2 of them. There's some stark differences, though, too. Like, combat, one is entirely deterministic, one is entirely dice chucking randomness. So, that's like a huge distinction. But those 2 are cooperative 4X, and I love both of them. They're really, really fun. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah. Use X app for any extra dice I need. I've done that too, Brian. I've definitely done that. So. So I still don't know what 4X means. Oh, yeah, we can talk about it real quick, Greg. So 4X is a shorthand for talking about 4 aspects of a game, and I'm gonna try to get them correct here. Explore is one of the X's. Expand, exterminate, and extort, I think is the last one. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if I missed one of them. Explore, exterminate, exploit, and expand. Yep. Sweet. I can are on the same page. Yep. And so basically, they are indicating what functions the game can do. So explore is pretty straightforward. So in the game, you're going to be building out or seeing what the world around you can offer you. Now, in Uprising, the tiles are face down. You have a set area you can explore, but the tiles are face down, so you don't know what they're going to be. So you do explore them in that sense, for example. Expand, which means I'm going to build cities along this area or build out your civilization or your faction out. Exterminate, which means combat, punchy punchy. And exploit, I don't know how to describe exploit. I was thinking of that more of like a tech side, a tech building up thing where you can exploit different abilities you acquire across the game. Um, yeah, but yeah, so those are the 4X's in those types of games. And like I said, for like a civilization game, that's a generally big thing. So, exploit is mining. Yeah, I think so. Like getting gathering resources. That's a good one. Thank you, Howard. Gathering resources is a good way to say exploit. Yep. So I always think of like like getting stuff, but gathering resources is a good way of saying it. Gathering resources in the areas is the lightest X in Uprising. Yes. I would agree with you, Austin, on that one. For sure. Exploit would be negotiation. Yeah, I can see that as well. And there are negotiations sometimes in those games. I don't think it's required though. Um, some Civ games I still have, if I pull down the green screen, it's one of the few competitive games I still have is the Civilization game from Fantasy Flight. I still have that one. I love that game. But that one you do have negotiation in it. So, but the Uprising and Voidfall, there's no negotiation going on in that one. It's just straight trading goods stuff. So, okay, I think that's all the questions we're seeing here. Explode. I'm pretty sure it explode. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's good. That's a good topic, Forex. Yeah, and that's one thing like I said, I suck for Forex games, so anytime I see them, especially co-op, I am very, very excited. But most of the time, they're not Forex. I heard the Sadlers were thinking about doing a Forex game at some point, so I was really interested to see if they are going to do something in that realm, but we'll see. All right, I think that's all I got for tonight. No other questions. We will end the stream. I did mention that I was going to cover Assassin's Creed Apocalypse, which I will be doing. However, I was prepping to cover that game, and I realized in my correspondence that they might not want it alive immediately. So that one will probably be recorded video. I apologize, everyone. And I will have to wait to get the green light to post that later. That one is coming. The other one coming up is Zarakis, which I will be doing a playthrough of that one. That one will also be recorded. I will be able to share that one early with you guys, though. By the way, Zarakis, loving that game. Loving it. Just a quick overview of it. You have crash landed on an alien planet, and you are exploring the alien planet, and you have an essential system or two that have failed on your crashed ship, because of course you crashed it, you damaged something. So you need to find the resources to fix that ship, whatever ship part it is. And so, but that's it. It's kind of open to you how you go about it. I can go find an alien. I can shoot them and loot them, maybe get the resources, or I can talk to them and trade with them, or I can go into maybe come across an alien city. I can sneak in and steal stuff from them, right? Or maybe I can go gather the natural resources and then do some metal fabrications, get the parts I need and stuff. So like, there's a lot of really cool elements in it. Like I was playing it and came across this alien spaceship that was shooting at me, so I had to go dive into the trees so it couldn't find me and then it leave me alone. So yeah, it's really fun. It's a really cool game. Yeah, so that's Zarakis. That's coming up pretty soon. So shooty looty for sure. Kim has clearly been gone too long. Yeah, exactly. So that is Zarakis is coming up soon. And then after that, oh, Marvel United, of course, in crossover. Derek started the crossover Tuesday, so we haven't seen his video on that one. He's faced Ultron. We are going to be covering it on Monday. I don't know what we're covering yet because I want to wait for Kim to come back from her trip, which should come back tomorrow, and we're going to figure out what character we're going to play, but that'll be Monday's stream. Earth and the Siege, I'm not done with that one yet. I just put it on pause while Kim was away, but that'll be coming back to the channel as well. And I think that's it for now. So yeah, lots of stuff coming up. I will also you will be hearing from me about Extra Life because I'll be working on it this weekend. So that is ramping up. Oh, one other thing. Co-op chat. It's been a while for co-op chat. I have been busy helping my son with Scouts. And he's been selling popcorn in the mornings, each Saturday morning for a while now, but he's done with that. So co-op chat is happening. It's happening this Saturday. And we'll have a special guest with me. I'm going to have Mike from One Stop Co-op Shop joining because we have both been playing a lot of different previews, a lot of different games. New games have hit our tables recently. So we're just going to sit down and just run through all that stuff. So when you hear about previews that we both played or experiences with them, any new games that have arrived, join us for co-op chat there. We're going to have probably around 15 or 20 games to talk about. So it should be a fun time. I haven't got confirmation from Derek yet if he's available. I know Baron's not. So it might just be Mike and I. We'll see what happens. But yeah, co-op chat's back. So sorry for the delay, but I had to help my son with Scouts. Cool. I started X-Men. We're on the map you're starting. We haven't decided yet, Chris. I'm going to talk to Kim about that. We'll see. So I'm tempted to do the multiverse section, but I'm going to ask Kim, see what she wants to do. All right. That's it. So I appreciate everyone stopping by, hanging out. Hopefully this information is useful to you. We'll go back to it November. If you guys have any questions on games you've seen, like I said, I'll have the links in here soon so you can follow them. Leave it like any questions, you can of course drop them. I'll do my best to answer them. So, all right, sounds good. I will see you guys next time at the guild. Have a good night. Bye bye.